That boy is Benny Hanna.
So we all have that player who we think is the greatest of all time. And the chances are who you think will be the greatest of all time will probably be in this video. This video will definitely not specify who is the GOAT, but I'm going to name a bunch of people who are GOAT candidates. A total of 8 players are going to be in this video, and I'll name them right now. Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kobe Bryant, Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and LeBron James. And the honorable mentions are Tim Duncan and Larry Bird. And anyways, let's get right into this. The first player we're going to talk about in this video is Wilt Chamberlain. So we can't deny Wilt Chamberlain is one of the greatest players in NBA history. He had the perfect combination of athleticism and height. He even beat an NFL running back in a race. He also said he had a 48-inch vertical. As a rookie, he averaged 38 points per game. He also averaged 50 points per game in one season. I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. He was a freak of nature. Now going back to high school for Wilt Chamberlain, it never said how many points he averaged. It just said how many points he scored in total. So I know for a fact he played in the NBA as a 16-year-old. And I did my research. There was about 27 games in high school season back in the 50s. So with my calculations, which might not be accurate, Wilt Chamberlain averaged about 41 points per game in high school. And to be honest, it's Wilt Chamberlain. I'm not surprised. He's the man that put up 100 points. He put up 55 rebounds in a game. He's Wilt the Stilt. He could do anything he wants. And after high school, he went to Kansas for college. And throughout his 2 amazing years of college, he averaged 30 points and 18 rebounds. He played 2 years in college, then decided to go to the NBA. He signed with the Philadelphia Warriors in his rookie season. And in his rookie season, he put up 38 and 27. He would win Rookie of the Year that season and win the league MVP. And in his second season, he pretty much replicated that, also averaging 38 and 27. But his third season is no doubt the best season of his career. He averaged 56 points and 26 rebounds, while shooting 60% from the field. And that season was the season he scored that iconic 100-point game. In my book, he is the second greatest player in NBA history. Now let's go through his NBA career resume. He was a 13-time All-Star, 4-time MVP. He got 7 scoring titles and 11 rebounding titles. He led the league in assists for one season. He was a 2-time All-NBA defensive first team. The reason why only 2 is because they didn't make All-NBA defensive first teams yet. So actually not 2, let's just say he got 10. And he got 10 All-NBA first team appearances. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the most impactful players in NBA history. Besides his last few years in the league, he was a very consistent player. To a lot of NBA fans, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best offensive force they've ever seen. In high school, Kareem was just as dominant. Some people say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best high school player they have ever seen, which may be true because he led Power Memorial Academy to 3 back-to-back championships while having a 79-1 record with a 71-game winning streak. He averaged 26 points per game and was overall an amazing player in high school. Then he went to college. The college he went to was UCLA. In college, he averaged 26 points and 16 rebounds while shooting 63% from the field. He obviously went number 1 overall to the Milwaukee Bucks. In his rookie season, he averaged 29, 15, and 4. Not surprisingly, he got the Rookie of the Year award. In Kareem's second season, he won the league MVP. He averaged 32 points and 16 rebounds. But in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's third season, he definitely had his best. He got 35 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. And some people say he averaged up to 5 blocks a game in that season. And by the way, that's back-to-back MVPs. In the 1974-75 season, this would be Kareem's last season with the Bucks. He got 30 points and 14 rebounds a game, and he won his last MVP in Milwaukee. Then he went on to LA. He won his last 3 MVPs of his career on the Los Angeles Lakers. There's many reasons to why Kareem didn't score as many points on the Lakers. While Kareem was still amazing, when he dwindled down, Magic Johnson went up, which prevented Kareem from scoring the Kareem amount of points. His resume is amazing. He got 15 All-NBA appearances, 6 MVPs, 6 championships, 11-time All-NBA defensive team, and he was a 19-time All-Star and a Rookie of the Year. He also has the most points scored in NBA history. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is easily one of the best players of all time. So we all know LeBron James as one of the best players of all time. He has the ability to win a ring wherever and whenever. He is strong, he is fast, he could do anything on the court, shoot threes, rebound, pass. If you were making a perfect basketball player in a lab, your result would be LeBron. But for him, it all started in high school. In high school, in all 4 seasons, he got 2,657 points, 892 rebounds, and 523 assists. He led St. Vincent St. Mary to 3 state championships. And he played insanely in high school, so he was nicknamed King James. He played so well in high school that he didn't even need to go to college. He got picked number 1 overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And as a rookie, he averaged 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists. He went on to win the Rookie of the Year, and he carried a terrible Cleveland Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals. But then he left Cleveland. A lot of fans hated him for this, but then he won a couple rings in Miami. Then he went back to Cleveland, won a ring there, which is just extremely impressive. Now let's go over his career resume. He was a Rookie of the Year, 14-time All-NBA team, 1-time assist leader, 4-time MVP, a 19-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA defensive team, 3-time champion, and a 3-time Finals MVP. That is one of the most stacked resumes I have ever seen. And since he's still 36 years old and never going to slow down anytime soon, he's probably going to be the GOAT eventually.
I love you, Bobby.
Oscar Robertson could do so many incredible things that nobody else could ever do. In my book, he is the greatest point guard in NBA history. And fun fact about Oscar Robertson is that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar thinks he's the GOAT. He had the nickname of Mr. Triple Double. And in high school, that rule definitely implied because he averaged 30.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 10.
Oh, Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double. Why isn't he in your top 10?
The reason why is because he's a ball hog.
Oh, he's getting 10 assists. How's that a ball hog?
All he does is he cares about the stat line chips. Sure, he is no doubt a top 10 player of all time, but he only has 3 MVPs and 1 championship. But Oscar Robertson played with prime Kareem and they both didn't win that many championships. Let's say Oscar Robertson hypothetically went to LA, he would have won those 6 rings just like Kareem did. And in his career, he racked up 12 All-Star appearances, 11-time All-NBA team, 3-time MVP, 1-time Rookie of the Year, a 1-time champion, and obviously, he was the first player to ever average a triple-double in an NBA season. And in my book, Oscar Robertson is the greatest point guard to ever play the game, and I don't think there'll be any point guard any better. We all know Kobe Bryant because he had the insane work ethic which made him do pretty much anything on the court. He had that mentality that whatever he put his mind to, he could do literally anything he wants. Throughout his whole career, he was always an amazing player. Even when he was in his mid-30s, he was still absolutely insane. But prime Kobe, like Afro Kobe, was not even human. In high school, but before I say his high school stats, I think he's a top 5 high school player of all time. But he averaged 31, 12, 7, 4, and 4. 4 blocks? What the heck? That's like Quinn Cook's jersey number. But another story to resemble Kobe's greatness is in high school, he played his teammates 1v1 up to 100. And the best somebody has ever done is they lost to him 12 to 100. But because of Kobe's insane high school career, he carried his team to a 31-3 record. And in all 4 seasons, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, he won all 4 state championships. He went 4-0 in high school. I'm pretty sure you get what I mean by he was an insane high schooler. And after high school, he didn't want to go to college, so he went straight to the G League. No, I'm just kidding, he went to the NBA draft. He got picked 13th overall to the Charlotte Hornets, then got traded on draft night to the Los Angeles Lakers. And honestly, that might just as well be the biggest draft steal in NBA history. In his rookie season, he wasn't the Kobe we know today. He only averaged 8-2-1 with not that great of efficiency. Then in his second season, he improved, getting 15-3-3 with solid efficiency. Then in the season after that, he improved even more, getting 25-4 with good efficiency. He also was the good defender we know him today as, and he was getting a steal and a block. Fast forward a couple years, he's averaging 29 a game and he just won LA a championship. He went on to win 5 more championships in LA and won an MVP. Let's go over his career resume. He was an 18-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA team, 5-time champion, 1-time regular season MVP, 12-time All-NBA defensive team, and 2-time Finals MVP. And R.I.P. Kobe, a true legend. Michael Jordan, who most people say he's the greatest player of all time. And unlike the usual format for this whole video, let's talk about his awards before actually talking about his story. He was a 6-time champion and went a clean 6 for 6 in the finals. He won Rookie of the Year and he was one of the greatest rookies of all time, averaging 28, 7, and 6. He made an All-NBA team 11 times. He was a 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. He made made 8 All-NBA defensive teams. He was a 5-time MVP, he was a 6-time Finals MVP, and a 2-time Slam Dunk Contest champion. And the most important award, he was teammates with Bugs Bunny. So we all know that in Jordan's sophomore season in high school, he got cut from his basketball team. And then after that, he proved everyone wrong because in his junior and senior season, he averaged a triple-double, getting 27, 12, and 10. Then Jordan spent 3 years in college, and he didn't play that well in college for his standards because he was only averaging 18, 5, and 2. He was one of the most hyped up prospects in NBA history, but he got picked 3rd overall. He got picked behind Hakeem Olajuwon and Sam Bowie. Considering it's Michael Jordan, that's probably one of the biggest draft steals in NBA history. And I already said he averaged 28 points per game as a rookie, and you already know. And it turned out that kid who got cut from his high school team turned out to be what most people say is the greatest player in NBA history. Bill Russell was an amazing player, but judging by his high school game, you wouldn't think he would have been the Hall of Famer we know him as now. He was an absolutely insane defender. Some experts say he averaged up to 15 blocks a game in high school, but he wasn't that good at offense, so he saw so little minutes on the court that he had to share a jersey with another person that was getting no minutes. But then, once he could develop his defensive game to an absolutely insane level, in his last 2 years of high school, he was pretty good. But because there was a lot of racism and stuff going on at the time, he couldn't get into any major colleges. So after he graduated high school, he played with an exhibition team. It was with that exhibition team he showed off his defensive ability. Then a scout from the University of San Francisco saw him that would accept his race, so then he let him play there. And in college, he played so well. He averaged 21 and 20, and blocks were not measured back then, but a lot of people say that he averaged between 5 and 20. Imagine getting a 20-20-20 game with no assists. So in Russell's second year in college, he led his team to an NCAA championship while receiving the MVP. So then Russell declared for the draft, and he got drafted 2nd overall by the St. Louis Hawks. So being in 1956, the racist things going on were at an all-time high. And the Hawks were a team of only white people, so he got traded to the Celtics. And the Celtics in this draft probably had the biggest braids ever because they selected 3 Hall of Famers in this draft. So in Bill Russell's rookie season, he couldn't play that many games because he was in the Olympics. But in Bill Russell's rookie season, he averaged 15 and 20. But he shot 43% from the field, and considering he wasn't taking threes or mid-ranges, that's pretty terrible for a center. But then in Bill Russell's second season, he averaged an insane 17 and 23. But again, he did it at pretty bad efficiency for a center at 44%. He continued to have amazing seasons, averaging 15 plus points and 20 plus rebounds, and on some occasions 4 plus assists. And he went on to be the winningest player in NBA history. So for his career, there were no All-NBA teams, defensive player of the years, and stuff like that. While some of these awards might be true, this is what I think his resume would have looked like. 13-time All-NBA defensive team, 5-time defensive player of the year, 10-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA team, 5-time MVP, 11-time champion, and 11-time Finals MVP. In my opinion, Magic Johnson was the best player in the 80s. He was one of the most versatile players in NBA history. He had the size of a power forward, but he was a point guard and had the passing of John Stockton. Magic Johnson in high school still had the Magic Johnson playstyle. He averaged 25 and 16 for his high school career. But in his senior season, he stepped it up, averaging 28 points. He led Everett High School to a 27-1 record and a state championship. For college, he went to Michigan State. In his 2 years at Michigan State, he averaged 17, 8, and 8. He shot pretty efficiently from the field too. Because everybody saw his height and passing ability, he got picked number 1 overall in the 1979 draft. He was the star of LA because as Kareem went down, Magic Johnson went up. It was because of this he won multiple championships and multiple finals MVPs. And let's take into consideration that every single year of his career he made it into the playoffs. He would have played more seasons, but he had to retire early to HIV. And in his career, he was a 5-time champion, 12-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, 3-time Finals MVP, 1-time Rookie of the Year, 4-time assist leader and 2-time steals leader, and 10-time All-NBA team. It's really cool that we have someone that's really big and that could pass and is so versatile. What an amazing player. Okay guys, we're at the end of the documentary. I've been working on this documentary for the past 10 days, so hopefully I've earned your subscription. Comment down below who you think the GOAT is, cause sure I'm not gonna specify in this video, but I would love to hear all your opinions. I'm Vron, and that's my take. No wait, I'm Vron, and that's my documentary.